6 days before the event, we were notified that one song didn't get cleared. So then we had to pivot and make an entire new set within 5 days of the event. I also don't want it to come off as like, oh, we're the only ones that are dealing with this, because there are other teams that are dealing with it, but 100%. I just think it's also helpful for people to just understand what the teams are going through and what dancers are going through. And it all just comes down to, licensing, and IDL is doing everything that they can with it, but it's just, we're still in like a broken industry within the music and clearance process. It's just so muddy right now because I think dance is such a new endeavor, the professional dance, and it being recognized for what it is, but it's so tied to music. So there needs to be this relationship, but figuring out how we clear it's confusing. And that's the number one thing that I really hope we figure out in the years to come is like, how do we make this a lot easier for dancers and teams? Because that's literally the biggest hurdle for us to jump. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Backstage with Brotherhood podcast. We have a very exciting episode for you today. We are back from Korea, and I have some very special guests here with me. By popular demand, we've been seeing all of the comments, the shares, and all the likes. We really do appreciate it here. And there's been a few people that people really want to know more about and for them to be on the podcast. So I'm very excited to welcome today. We've got the one and only Jon Ray, as well as the other one and only Dayton. Let's go. Lots of people asking for you guys on the podcast.
Thank you.
So welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for being here. Why don't we start off, go from like the very top. When, maybe I'll start with you, Dayton. When did you join Brotherhood, and how did that come to be?
Yeah, I joined for the IDL launch event. I think taking it back a little bit, grew up watching Brotherhood, of course, idolizing the team, but everyone in the sets and all of it. And I think I grew a deeper appreciation once I started to like fall in love with dance really too. Moved to Vancouver after I graduated, and kind of, I guess the team went on a little bit of a hiatus after COVID. And so kind of lived out my dream of being a part of Brotherhood just through like dancing on Northside with Adrian and Kelvin and training and teaching at the studio under you, of course. And so I think that was like the most and like the closest that I thought we were going to get to that. I always say like Brotherhood was a dream that felt so far-fetched that it wasn't even a dream at that point. Got the message that you were hosting a open rehearsal.
Yeah.
It was an audition. It was an audition for something that we didn't really know what it was for, but walked into the room and just danced our hearts out. And joined the team for the IDL launch event, which was crazy. Super, super grateful for that. And we're making history now.
Hey, come on.
History.
We love
it
it
already. First clip.
How about you, buds?
So what were the questions again? I'm nervous.
No, you're good.
Already.
When did you join Brotherhood, and what's it been like since?
When I joined Brotherhood, I joined the same year as Dayton. So for the inaugural event, just prepping for that and all that, and open rehearsal. Gosh, I'm getting really nervous right now. I'm like, I like we know these answers, but I'm like, just have to share with everybody. So I joined last year. Same with Dayton for the inaugural event because Adrian had texted me being like, hey, Scott and I want you to come for a rehearsal. Don't know what it is. It's not going to tell you what it is. It's for an event. Don't ask. So just had to show up. When it's Adrian Vendiola and Scott, you have to show up and just be at the rehearsal. And it was surreal because these are also a bunch of boys that you've been dancing with, and being in that room, it's almost, oh my gosh, is Brotherhood coming back kind of thing. You see the Brotherhood members, you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And then by the end of it, you guys were telling us about IDL and how you guys knew about this for a few years and planning for this and being part of this almost legacy that you wanted to create. And it was just so cool. So I think, yeah, that's my answer. I joined last year.
Yeah, you did.
For the inaugural event, and yeah, we're making history.
Heck yeah.
We're here.
And you guys are, I feel like now we've transcended because if you think about it, you guys said you've only been on since last, 2025, but I feel like you've transcended from the new guys on the team to people now also know you as Brotherhood as well, which is really, really cool to see. And then you guys are crushing it in, all of your other endeavors. Like you both are amazing teachers at Student North. Everyone loves taking your classes. I love learning from you. But then you're also both actor extraordinaires.
Yeah.
Which
Fighting.
people, I was going to say maybe people don't know, but everybody knows. But why don't you just rattle off a couple? We'll start with you, Jon Ray. Rattle off a couple, like, where have people maybe seen you on the television?
On television, on TV shows and movies.
Yeah, just to where have they seen you?
Where have they seen me? Maybe you've seen me on Avatar: The Last Airbender, the first season. I'm a minstrel. I sang the Secret Tunnel song. So if you guys don't know, it's like secret tunnel through the mountains, secret tunnel. Yeah, that's a song. So that was actually my first acting gig when I moved to Vancouver in 2020. So I moved here in 2020.
You moved during COVID?
During COVID, yeah. So I'd gotten a relationship out at the time, and I was like, I need to do something with my life, and moving to Vancouver is something that I always wanted to do. But I think, what else have I been on? I was on Eternity with Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen. You see the back of my head. We did some scenes, and that scene that they put into the movie was actually not even in the script. So that was improvised on the day, but you just see the back of my head. And I hope that was
it's a nice back of the head.
Yeah. Still goes on a
resume.
resume.
Ridiculous.
What else have I been on? I feel like I'm blanking right now. Oh, I was on The Last of Us. Last of Us season 2. Spoiler? Am I allowed to give spoilers at this point?
About what?
Last of Us season 2.
Maybe if you haven't seen season 2,
if you haven't seen it, skip for the next 15 seconds now.
Yeah.
But I'm the running guard where I warn the town of Jackson that the zombies or the infected are coming. That's me. They're coming 15 minutes out, something like that. And then more so just dance stuff. So I was on Monster High 2, and then what are Descendants?
Heck yeah.
Segueing into Descendants. So those are the things that I've been dancing and acting on for TV shows. But yeah, that's me.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
Booked and blessed.
And
blessed.
So blessed. So grateful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, big guy?
Yeah. I mean, acting wasn't ever really something that I thought I was going to dip my toes into. But luckily kind of fell on my lap, and now I love it. But yeah, just did the new Descendants movie with Disney, Descendants Wicked Wonderland. Ooh. Disney Plus, come on.
Watch it on Disney Plus,
I play one of the Smee twins with Ryan. Yeah, we're so stupid, but it's so great. It's so great. It's so much fun. So I did that about 2 years ago now, and it's just coming out now, which is really exciting. Yeah, also danced on Camp Rock that's just coming out now as well as some other stuff that's coming out this next year. So we'll see, but keep your eyes peeled. Yeah.
How are you guys, like, that's pretty crazy rap sheet. How are you guys finding balancing both pretty crazy scheduling with Brotherhood along with your, acting, dancing lives outside of rehearsal? Has that been a challenge this season with IDL?
Yeah.
100%. 1000%. It's always like, I feel like maybe Dayton, you can feel the same way, but when we get emails for auditions and there's usually outside dates, I personally always get stressed. I'm like, oh gosh, it's scary. Like, Brotherhood, the events are on these days. What is Scott gonna think? We only have so many subs, so all of us can't leave at the same time. Yeah. So I think balancing it, I think for me, it's just committing to it. I think sending these auditions, and because we are artists, I think we try not to put ourselves in just like one basket of just being a dancer, especially when we've learned how to, or been on these shows where there's acting and we've kind of learned to grow to love acting. It's almost like do I want to play basketball or soccer, like kind of thing as a sports thing, but you want to do both. So it's obviously really, it's an investment for sure of time and sleep. But as for me, because I love it so much, I think I'm very willing to commit to working more than just outside of the studio, practicing for Brotherhood. And I think it's also another thing for me that is really, it's that new thing of trying something new and being bad at it. And I think that's the exciting part for me, is the fact that, oh, this is something that I can try that I have no idea what to do. Especially when I teach my students, I'm like, if it's brand new, commit to it. And I want to make sure I practice what I preach. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, try new things, commit to it when I'm not doing any of that. So I'm a very firm believer in when you're doing something new and it's something that excites you, and even though it's scary, just going head first into the deep end, I feel is what is motivating me to continue doing Brotherhood and all of this acting stuff. It is tiring, but it's for the love of the game, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
no, I
how about you,
think
Dane?
I think Brotherhood is I think I'll speak for myself, but I'm sure that we can all agree. I think this whole IDL season and Brotherhood as a whole is like a much bigger commitment than I think we all thought it was going to be at the beginning. Whether that's like rehearsal time but even, like making sure we're okay outside of it as well. I think balance is really interesting and something that we're still kind of navigating, I think. But making sure that, you're finding the time for these like other passions and stuff outside of the studio. I think in terms of like career-wise, my mind has kind of like shifted a little bit, because I think Brotherhood and going back to like competing was something, competing was something that I think after I graduated, I was like, done, time to do like TV, film industry, all of that. But I think stepping back into competing, I was a little hesitant at first of like, okay, I'm going to commit to this, absolutely, but like I'm just competing again. Like this wasn't my dream. But I think now looking at it and seeing that we're really doing more than just like competing. And I guess nowadays, like with what this league is doing, what competing can do and can be, I think I just had such like a strict label to that. So this has really shifted that. And I think it's been really great that now I think competing has become this like weird dream as well that feels like almost equal. Just something that kind of came unexpected, I think. And so to balance that with something like dancing on TV and film, which is something I've known I've wanted to do for super long, but also now acting, which is something that came newer. It's hard to balance all the passions, but when you're passionate about it, it's like the fight's always worth it. Yeah, exactly like you said. It's you're tired when you go home, but like you feel satisfied knowing that you're fighting for the life that we've dreamed of. And I think it's just such an interesting shift that those dreams have maybe taken a turn a little bit, but grateful for it all, absolutely.
Yeah. And I want to add into like, when I first moved here, I wanted to do the dance and film on TV. And for the first few years, I got to experience that. When I first moved here, I was like, oh, I'm going to dance on TV and film. Because I saw Michael was doing it. I'd been friends with Michael since Dancers Paradise 2017, which is crazy. Yeah, throwback. So when I saw him and Milo dancing and acting, I was also like, if they can do it, I can do it too. So when I first moved here, it was initially to be like, oh, I want to dance on TV and film, but I want to also join Brotherhood. And I think that's another part of me that makes me continue doing IDL and Brotherhood, is the fact that this is what younger me wanted to do.
Exactly.
And I don't want to commit to this acting thing being like, I never did Brotherhood because I was so focused on my career when it came to acting. But to fulfill my childhood dreams is why another reason why I'm doing this and doing it for my younger self. And I'm sure a lot of people have been seeing the video of that little speech that you did for before we went up for Jealous Type. And it that moment resonated so well, because when you were saying that speech, I was getting so emotional, because that's exactly why I was there. I was doing it for my younger self, and to now be 8 sets in, I'm like, wow, I still feel that passion to continue fulfilling my younger version's dreams. So I think that's another reason why I'm committing to career-wise when it comes to acting, but also passion-wise when it comes to dancing on Brotherhood and being at the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was definitely not scripted either. When I was with that speech before,
No,
just
I
fire.
also didn't even know brother. I didn't even know Bryce was there. It just like it was just like, yeah, we should do it for younger us. Yeah.
No, I just see Ryan in the back. He's like,
No, I know. I was like, where
he
did
makes
that
his
come
face
from?
like Ryan. He was like, he's like holding back tears.
That's the hard part about everything getting filmed is like you don't know when you're gonna get a super ugly cry on camera that everyone gets to see. But yeah, no, that's dope, and I feel like you guys have done a really good job of balancing both of those. I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it's nice and refreshing having another pursuit at the same time. So it's not like it's just all like if it was just like all Brotherhood and then you didn't have other creative endeavors that you're able to dabble in. It like almost keeps you like your cup gets getting poured into from these other
Multiple.
artistic endeavors that you guys are doing.
100%.
So I think that's been cool. And it also just kind of I feel like it gives you guys perspective too when we're like creating and we're like choreographing, which both of you have been choreographing for our past couple sets. I feel like having that outside perspective also helps when we're creating stuff just because it gets the juices flowing versus if you're just in a single box, that's all you eat, breathe, sleep, drink, only that one thing, then it's hard to sometimes like where does creativity, where does inspiration come from? So
Oakberry.
I think it's dope.
Also comes from
Oakberry,
Oakberry.
for sure, bro.
Number
Where
one.
all my
Also comes
inspo
from
comes
Oakberry.
from. Holy.
If Scott hasn't had his Oakberry for the day, then we're done for
Dude.
like creatively.
Rehearsal doesn't start.
Rehearsal doesn't start yet. Yeah. Whether or not we're there at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., rehearsal doesn't actually start until Oakberry arrives at the studio.
Big fan. What can I say?
Big fan.
Cool. So since last episode, a couple new. So last time we recorded was right after Sydney, Australia, which feels like almost like a year ago at this point. So between then and now, a couple things. One, baby Crew was born, so I had another baby. So shout outs, baby Crew. Carmen's an absolute champ. Couldn't do without her. Tommy's an amazing big brother. He's loving on him. We were kind of, we were a little worried that like, oh, is he going to get jealous? Like, how does that go?
Yeah.
Bro, he's just like the best older brother. He like just loves on him so much. He always wants to hug him, always wants to kiss him. Anytime he's crying, he like tries to put his soother in for him. It's like, it's crazy.
So cute.
Yeah, it's awesome. But 2 under 2 is, it's wild. Balancing that with the schedule and like, so baby Crew came like, I think it was 2 weeks. It was funny. We were like asking everyone to pray for baby not to come before I came back from Australia, but I think everyone prayed a little too hard because then baby stayed in, and then we're worried like, holy smokes, baby might come when we go to Korea, which is.
And we also had a year-end show.
Yeah.
Also had a year-end show, and he was still in there.
Studio, bro. So we were, I was kind of stressed, but anyways, baby came and then had 1 week pat leave, and then back to rehearsals, then getting ready for Korea, and then flew to Korea. So that was a big life-changing thing I think that happened for me personally. What else happened since last time? Fortnite. Move It went on Fortnite, which is kind of crazy.
Fortnite.
That's pretty epic. Do you guys play Fortnite?
I used to play Fortnite, and then it started updating so many times, and I was like, I can't keep up.
Yeah, I played a couple times, like during COVID. That was when I had my
COVID.
PS5.
Yeah.
I was like, but my game was like Call of Duty. When what's it called? The new, not Modern Warfare. That was like Modern Warfare 2 was
Black
like
Ops?
high school. I guess it was Black Ops.
Black Ops was like the zombies ones.
Okay, I played that one too.
Warfare.
Yeah. But what's the like most recent one? Battlefield, when you all drop on the map. It's kind of like Fortnite style.
Yes.
What's that one called?
What? I thought it was.
Oh, I don't know.
It's really bad. I'm gonna get my butt called out right now.
I know.
I can play Call of Duty and I don't know the name.
I swear it's just the Modern Warfare. I thought it was.
No, there's one.
There's a
So
name.
if you know the name, drop it in the comments down below because it's not coming to me. But it's the one where you're on the map, you're with your boys, and then it's last one standing.
Yes, it's like a battle
basically
royale.
Fortnite.
It's a battle royale.
It's battle royale, but there's a name for the game.
Why am I blanking for it?
I know it might come to us later. Anyways,
come to us later.
So that was kind of my game. But anyways, Fortnite, the fact that they reached out to Eldon, they got it on their Move It challenge. Everyone's doing it. It's pretty crazy.
I think it's so cool. On top of IDL putting dance on this like new level of respect, it's so cool how much dance has evolved over the past few years. Or just like even the last decade. For me personally, I was the only person in Calgary, Alberta, like a male dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the one way for me to be like, I'm cool, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So for now, everybody to see dance as like, oh, everybody can do it. And now even put on games is just like mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with TikTok and everything too. It's
Yeah.
TikTok dance challenges.
Yeah.
Everybody doing Scott's dance challenges. Mine,
Your guys'
Dave's.
too. Yeah.
So shout out to all the people that are doing those.
Oh,
It
yeah.
means a lot, and we see all of them.
We see it.
We see
well,
them.
and it's timeless too. I think thinking about Move It, and now that it's on Fortnite, like that's a year ago.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a year ago.
obviously you don't really see people doing it anymore, but it's like still relevant, which is really, really
It brings
cool.
back
good
memories.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Brings back stressful memories too.
Yeah.
Well, and now that
totally.
that's out on Fortnite too, you do see people doing it now again, which
Yeah.
is like just a cycle.
And just how it's like been now incorporated into pop culture. I think
Mhm.
that's what's cool. Not like for Brotherhood, yeah, it's obviously really, really cool, but I'd see it more so from like the macro level of
Mhm.
like dance is now being accepted and like recognized in like something as major in pop culture as like Fortnite, which is like the biggest video game to have ever existed.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
it's like recognizing dance and dancers and giving credit to that. I think that's like pretty cool. I think we're in a really cool, and that's why I was saying like with IDL, this is the perfect time for IDL to come, because we're at this like precipice of, I feel, dance actually becoming more globally recognized, understood as like something you can do as a career. Whereas for so long it's been you're doing it as a hobby, or it's you know, you gotta pick something else to pursue, but you can't actually make a career off of it. Whereas especially with when IDL came in at the time it did, I was like, this is the perfect time, because it's like everything is lining up from like all the years leading up to this point, from like back for us millennials, back with like Step Up, the movies, Stomp the Yard, You Got Served, the one with the Chris Brown and the Crump.
Which one's that one?
Oh, come on, I know it. Don't have to cut this part out.
What is it?
It's Chris Brown, and then his friend dies at the beginning. Or Chris Brown dies in the beginning.
I know.
Oh, Stomp the Yard. Stomp the Yard. Stomp the Yard.
Yeah, it was
That's
Stomp the Yard,
right? Okay, there was that
I
one.
thought it was Stomp the Yard.
Yes, it was Stomp the Yard.
Yeah.
Anyways, so sorry, sidetrack. Those movies, and then like the television shows, like So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, like that was all happening and gearing up. But then there was ABDC, and then it just felt like there was a bit of momentum, and then I think it kind of like died for a little bit. And then now, like especially with like the K-pop realm and like how dance started, like that ramp up, I think really has a lot to do with dance being so globally accepted. Was just like how crazy K-pop artists were incorporating dancers into them, even like you know, dance groups like Shit Kings, who then are in Japan, and they actually turn into artists themselves as dancers. Not so it's just like all this culmination, and then at the end of the day, IDL comes and they're like Dance League, and it's just like perfect timing. This is exactly when it needs to come. So yeah, I just think it's kind of crazy that it's all happening, and now in a video game, people talking now, it's on ESPN, which is also crazy. Like I literally would never think, if you told 16-year-old Scott, I would never be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be on ESPN. That would be so far-fetched. I was playing like high school football at the time. Like dance was just like a kind of a hustle on the side. I'd never thought dance would be on ESPN, and then it is. It's just like, it's a crazy time to be here.
It's taking over the world.
Yeah,
it's taking over the world.
Taking over the world.
World domination.
Awesome. Okay, sorry, just for people at home that might not know. So you, as you mentioned, grew up.
I grew up in Calgary,
Alberta. Started dancing there, and then you moved to Vancouver.
Yes.
How about you, Dayton?
Yeah, I was born and grew up in Saskatchewan.
Let's go!
It's my little secret. Yeah, and I moved. I actually only moved out of Saskatchewan during COVID. So 2020, I moved to Edmonton, Alberta. That's where I kind of got to know Randall and Ryan and all of them. And then I was there for like 3 years, 2.5 years.
That's when you had your slick back hair.
My slick back hair.
Slick back
Bring it back.
Bro, he was dangerous, bro.
No, you guys.
That's the best.
No words, honestly.
Bring it back. High fade with a long top.
Anyway.
Sorry, Saskatchewan. You moved to Edmonton in 2020.
And then I graduated high school 2023, moved to Vancouver. Yeah.
Dude, okay, how old are you?
Wait, graduated high school in what
that's
year?
crazy.
Can you repeat that?
2023.
So you are
2023.
21.
You're 21.
21.
Jon Ray, how old are you now?
I'm 29.
Okay.
29.
Nice. All right.
See, that's not
Crazy.
even bad, you
Man.
guys.
21
You're
is
10 years
crazy.
younger than me, pretty
Nah.
much.
13 younger. Yeah, 13 years is crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, welcome from Saskatchewan to
Yeah.
Vancouver, Dayton, everybody.
The prairies.
The prairies.
The prairies.
I love the prairies.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back to IDL Korea.
IDL
We
Korea.
came back from Sydney. Do we have any time off? Is there a break? Not really.
I don't think
No?
so. No,
No.
just some of us extended our trip there.
Yeah, some of us
which was
extended our trip
nice.
there.
Yeah.
But came
Yeah.
home and I think we went
Right back
right
into
back
rehearsal.
into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
straight
what
back to
was
rehearsal.
the prep like going into Korea? What were the weeks leading up to it? What was it like?
Yeah.
What was
Give
it
a
like?
peek behind the curtain.
I mean,
yeah, go for
we
it.
aren't shy of the stress.
Getting used to it a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, with this season, it's sometimes us versus the music clearance as well.
Yeah.
It's always that. It's us being prepared, especially when you guys are giving us these themes. We're so excited until 2 or 3 weeks before. 2 weeks. Was it how long was the difference? How much time did we have to prepare again for Seoul?
Probably would have been 3-ish.
3
I
weeks,
should look at
yeah.
my
So like
calendar.
2 weeks in, we have all these sets prepared, and then we hear that the
It's
song
gonna get
isn't
cleared.
cleared again.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh my gosh, we're so ready to go again, and this theme is gonna be so killer, and this set is gonna be so sick. Just for us to go again, be like, okay, we gotta have a rehearsal, choreograph everything, and then we'll put everything together again. So I think still stressful. It was
Yeah.
still just as fun though. I think at the end of the day, I've always been telling myself I've never left a rehearsal stressed.
Mm,
You know, as stressful as it is, at least we're all doing it together.
totally.
You know, so and to even have those rehearsals, there's still pockets of time where we're able to have fun with it.
Mhm.
You know, and you remind us almost every time too, and it's so great. And I think this is something that I've been meaning to say too for you, Scott, is that you're such a great leader in the sense that you don't put the stress on us.
Mm,
You embrace it with us.
mm.
So I think that's another thing as well, is to know that when we're going through all of this, is that High School Musical, we're all in this together. You know, and I think that at the end of the day, when we're all feeling that way, it gives us a peace of mind that we're going to get through it no matter
Yeah.
what. So I think even though it was a very stressful 3 weeks leading up to Seoul as well,
Mhm.
I think we still had the best time with it.
Yeah.
You know, again, we weren't turning on each other.
Yeah.
We were still very composed, I guess, and supportive of the environment, which is, for me at least, is what matters most.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think that's what I felt at least. And I have to tell myself I'm so grateful to be here. You
Yeah.
know, I think this is why we're athletes. This is why we're
Right.
pros.
So
That's
we're
what I
able
have
to
to remind
be-
myself every single time. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm stressed, but
It
who
was
else
easy.
can do
Yeah.
this? Who else can do this other than me? And I
Yeah.
think that hypes me up even more
Yeah.
to be like, okay, I'm gonna show up to rehearsal tomorrow, ready to take on the challenges.
Yeah, you guys are also really great with like when we throw choreo at you guys of like, hey, can you choreograph this section tomorrow? And you're like, yeah, when you need it by, I'm like, tomorrow. You're like, cool, all right, I'll do it. Like no questions asked. That's happened multiple times.
Multiple times.
Like so for context, we should probably share just like with the lead up to Korea, we had 2 songs that we were excited to go to Korea with. And we had basically choreographed a majority of both of them, thinking that they would get cleared and under the assumption that they were going to get cleared. And then 6 days, I think it was 6 days before the event, we were notified that one song didn't get cleared. So then we
Again.
had to pivot and make an entire new set within 5 days of the event.
Yeah.
Which, like, I also don't want it to come off as like, oh, we're the only ones that are dealing with this, because there are
Mhm.
other teams that are dealing with it. But I just
100%.
think it's also helpful for people to just understand what the teams are going through and what dancers are going through. And it all just comes down to licensing, and IDL's doing everything that they can with it. But it's just we're still in like a broken industry within the music and clearance process. It's just so muddy right now because I think dance is such a new endeavor, the professional dance, and it being recognized for what it is, but it's so tied to music that it's needed. So there needs to be this relationship, but figuring out how we cleared it, it's confusing. And that's the number one thing that I really hope we figure out in the years to come is like, how do we make this a lot easier for dancers and teams, because that's literally the biggest hurdle for us to jump. But anyways, so we had 2 sets, and then so Takedown, which is Sajahood, that one was actually meant to go up against Quick, because Quick
Surprise.
they danced to Takedown the event prior in Sydney. They just like used a little bit of it, and I remember I was at home and I was like just trying to think like, okay, what are we gonna do for Korea? Like, what are we gonna do for Korea? We had this one song and we're just like, yep, we're gonna do this will be great. And then the other one, I was just like racking my brain, and then I was seeing on the cleared list I saw a Takedown, and then it just like, I'm sure you guys have had this, it's just like it clicks, you like a spark hits and you're just like, wait, yes, and then yes, hats, robes, song, we're the boys, we're Saja, like holy smokes. And then I just remember like it was after, okay, this is crazy lore, after we recorded the last episode here for Sydney, I told Michael and Adrian, I was like, yo, we have to go get coffee, I have an idea. And they're just like, what? And I was like, and I really didn't know if they were gonna like it or not, but I was like, bro, I'm so sold on this, like I think it's gonna slap. So then we just went down the street and then we just had coffee till like 11 p.m. It was a late night recording. Crazy. And I told them, I was like, Saja boys, and they were just like, yes. And then we just started like brainstorming and what it would look like. And yeah. So anyways, that was actually meant to go up against Quick, which is why for our first round, people might be, people were asking like, oh, where were all the call outs? It's like, we made that in 5 days. We just had to throw a set together. And we decided to use that set in our first round and then save Sajahood for the second round. But there's some deep lore there. But that was the little ring around the rosy with regards to song clearances. So
yeah, secret's out.
Yeah, secret's out.
Secret is out. We're
Inside scoop.
Everything.
How about you, Dayton? How did it feel, the prep leading up to Korea?
Dayton, how's the prep?
Yeah, I had a little bit of an interesting prep period. It was a little MIA for 2 weeks.
How many weeks, Dayton?
How many weeks? How many weeks until Seoul?
Just 10 rehearsals.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to have booked a job. So I was working for one of the weeks, and then I was in LA for the Descendants premiere. So all great things, but definitely not a great case scenario to be in. I think a lot of the set I was experiencing through the videos coming through on WhatsApp. We started with Sajahood a little bit while I was there. So I was able to like set my section, learn a little bit. But no, I kind of saw that set get built through my WhatsApp.
Crazy. That's actually crazy.
So coming back and finding out that the first idea that we had was scrapped, that we were going to go with Family Ties, obviously came later as well. But no, it was a super interesting experience because, I was able to set my stuff and learn a little bit and be a part of that like initial creation process a little bit, throw some ideas out there. But then I kind of, just like took a step back. Of course, still talking to you guys and all of that, but definitely was on the outsides a little bit. So coming back, I felt double the stress. I'm like trying to learn everything, but also knowing like we're leaving in 6 days and we have to make this whole new set. But no, it was super, super great. I mean, like the guys and the entire team are super understanding of duty calls. And I think it was just one of those sacrifices that needed to be made. But no, like I said, everyone was really understanding. And I think luckily enough, I think the team is built of a lot of people who are working in the industry and fighting for that life as well. And so I didn't feel alone like I could have, I think. And I felt very supported in making that decision, but it wasn't an easy one for sure. But so I think also on top of all of that, going to Korea and performing and us all feeling good about the sets that we were putting on stage, it felt like really, really special to be able to experience that with everyone, while I felt maybe there was a moment where I was like, oh, I didn't like put the hard work in to get here. Right. But I think as a team, we kind of build that together. And I think, so it was a little bit different for me this time around, but still super, super grateful. And the videos looked great. I mean, look what we did.
Awesome.
So professional over here.
Professional.
Nah. No, totally. And then, so let's fast track. So that was kind of prep going to Korea. Then we go to Korea. First time for you guys in Korea? Or no, you've been there before?
Yeah, I've been there before.
Been there a couple times.
Yeah, I danced with. I was actually on tour with a K-pop artist, Mark Twan. He's part of a group called Got7.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to be booked to dance with him and do a couple events out in Korea and shoot a music video with him and go to Asia. So that was really fun. It was really cool being back in Korea. But the weather was crazy.
So
how hot?
Oh my God, it was hot.
No,
It's like a sauna in there.
Yeah.
Out there.
Out there and in there.
And
Honestly.
in there, no, for real.
Damn.
Was it what, like 30s?
Yeah.
It was
I
like,
remember the
like
one day on the
late
bus.
30s.
On the bus, the monitor said 40. Like it hit it.
Jeez.
that was hot.
And it was humid.
Yeah.
Humid hot. It was like you step outside, you want to go back inside and take a shower. And then 2 more.
That.
Totally.
Because it's hot
make
inside
sure.
as well.
Yeah.
Because it's hot inside as well.
First time in Korea for you?
Yes, first time for me. First time in Asia.
Let's go. What was it like? Give us the
Yeah.
highlights.
What was it like?
It was great, honestly. I really, really enjoyed it, aside from the heat. But yeah, no, for anyone who doesn't know, I only eat chicken fingers and fries. So I was a little bit scared going into this 5-day trip of how I was
Mind
going
you,
to survive.
Before we left, I think there was a conversation where Dayton was like, "I think I have to meal prep my meals."
I was like, I will be
I was like,
packing these in my
Where are you
check-in.
gonna put these?
Yeah.
Just rotisserie chicken in his luggage.
Damn. But honestly, it was okay.
Yeah.
I survived. I'm here.
What are
And no,
some-
I honestly didn't even feel like I was like missing anything.
Yeah.
Like I honestly felt okay. It's kind of bad. I don't remember ever eating like a full like meal. But I ate enough to like survive and perform, I guess.
Is there any meals that kind of stood out that you never tried before that you tried for the first time that you're like, that's interesting?
I tried kimchi, you guys.
Kimchi.
I tried kimchi. I was kind of pushed into it, but it was a good push. It was good. It was like, yeah. But it was hot. They put it on the grill.
It was KBBQ, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Which I love that.
Okay.
Got into that in
BBQ.
Australia. Went and
Okay.
I really like pork belly, which is just bacon, but it's fine. But no, yeah, they put the kimchi on the grill. I think I need to try it cold for sure.
Yes.
But tried kimchi, actually liked it. Feeling like a new person.
yeah.
Truthfully. Yeah.
New Dayton over
Yeah.
here. He's
Dayton.
You're not even gonna
exploring.
recognize me. Y'all.
And
Chicken tenders and
exploring.
fries
Who
and
is
kimchi.
that?
Okay, maybe touch on like chicken fingers and French fries. That's like a Dayton staple. Where did that?
Yeah.
That's just something that was familiar.
Yeah, it's just always been that way. I'm only like a little bit ashamed of it. I'm like, kind of
embrace
down for it,
embrace
honestly.
it.
Yeah.
But I've been doing good recently. I've
Yeah.
been trying to like cut out the frozen chicken fingers and like cook a chicken breast every once in a
There
while,
you
which
go.
is good. But no, I think
Good protein source.
exactly.
You got
I'm
some
like, meat is meat,
carbohydrates.
right? If it's
Yeah.
real. But no, growing up, I think my parents were just very much they would push me to try new things, but it was always like, okay, we're gonna have like some pasta and we'll cook you like a ham.
Mm.
Which love you guys, thank you so much. But yeah, no, I think I made it off really easy growing up. I never was like forced into trying things. There was like one day that like there was like peas on the plate, like me and my brother left them out for like a long time, or like like even like lasagna, like ugh.
Lasagna, bro.
I think that's one of the worst ones, but
Crazy.
The worst ones.
I think
Oh,
so, yeah.
lasagna.
But no, yeah, we're evolving. I just needed to get out of the house, I think, to experience it
Dude,
and be forced
man.
into it. I think that's part of it too.
True.
It's like nothing works like getting egged on by your friends. So
We're so sorry. I apologize.
perfect.
Peer pressure him.
Yeah, peer pressure you to trying new foods. There is something to be said about that though for like game day. So like
Mhm.
something that I remember reading, or it was like listening to an interview, and it was what do pro athletes eat the day of? Because we're trying to get our nutrition down, we're trying to get our training regimen down. What does training look like leading up to when we compete? Like how hard do you go in the gym before you go before you leave on the flight? Or are we carb loading? Like, what are we putting inside our bodies? And the one thing that stood out that most pro athletes do is on the game day, they eat whatever they know their body knows, and like whatever is comfortable and whatever is dependable is not the right word, but whatever's consistent. So I think it was Usain Bolt. I think the guy ate chicken strips I think it was like chicken strips.
It works, you guys.
Chicken nuggets. I think they were chicken nuggets.
I'm telling you.
Because he knew, because the worst thing that you can have is you eat something and your gut health goes all out of whack. Because I don't know if you guys have had this. I've had this multiple times. I eat something bad and I'm about to go on stage. It doesn't matter how focused you are. It doesn't matter how much you train. If you have to go to the bathroom, it's over. Like you're just pooping your pants on stage. Like it's and then it doesn't matter how good you are.
And you fart when you look back on rehearsal footage. Yeah. We know. Oh, we know.
Whoever, I keep saying whoever smelled it dealt it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was Angelo. He was the first one that smelled it.
Damn, you point at me, you point at Jamie.
Yeah, I know.
TikTok
really
comment, like Scott's like, it was Jon Ray on Jamie's TikTok. I was like, are you kidding me?
We premiered on YouTube our vlog from New York, and somebody asked who farted, and then I just started throwing strays. I was like, I heard it was Jamie, and then it was Jon Ray, and then everyone's like,
believing it, of course.
Jon Ray. It was so good.
So funny.
But anyways, whatever sits in your stomach well on game day is what you should be eating. So
what works for me is Mediterranean food.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
clutch.
It's so healthy.
Yeah,
and it's like I think it sits well for me at least.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Yeah,
that's good.
So shout out Mediterranean food.
You know who you are.
You know who you are.
I know you're watching.
If you're watching Mediterranean food, I love you.
So we pull up to Korea, pull up to the venue. Venue was pretty crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Castle. It was a castle.
Literal
Harry
castle.
Potter world.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, what did you guys think of like venue day of? What were the kind of thoughts going into prepping before game time?
Yeah, no, it was super cool to perform in a theater again. Yeah, I think right now we're performing in a lot of like stadiums and like built stages. But I remember when we were walking out when we got there for tech, all of us like just putting on our costumes. We shouldn't be on stage yet, but we're all running out to just look into the theater. And yeah, just like seeing the rows of seats go up rather than just like a flat, just like brings a different energy. And I think we've all grown up performing in theaters, and so there was a side of that felt a little like at home, as like intimidating and as scary as it was. It was like, okay, we've done this before.
But it was a big stage.
Huge. It was a huge stage.
Yeah. And especially with all like the room at the front, changing all of that with like the screens placements. But no, it was super, super cool to step out there. The venue was beautiful.
Yeah. I remember Alec being like, don't step past this line. This is where the orchestra is. If you step past this line, you're going to fall down. And I was like, what?
As we're all standing on it.
We're all standing on it. I'm like, okay, so should I step back?
Totally.
Yeah, it was a huge stage. Yeah, and with every tech, it's always really stressful being like, oh my gosh, we have to, because the screens are always very differently placed. This time around, it was at a diagonal and
further back.
Yeah, further back, and we had to kind of change up the blocking in the beginning because we were originally supposed to come off stage, right?
For family ties.
For family ties. So we had to really come up with that very last minute, being like, oh, should we go on this Marley tape? And then, so I think, that's always the whole point of tech too. But bad techs are always good techs for us, right?
True.
Yeah, you said that.
Bad tech, good performance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was hot. I think that was one thing that, as we were like reflecting on like the day, I feel like just the heat was crazy. And I know there's going to be a switch up for like dates next year to avoid this heat, I think, which is really good. But I do think that like played into some of our performance. I think I just remember being backstage and sweat, like sitting in the chair and just drenched. And we hadn't even practiced. Like we were just waiting to go like into the pit, and we were just like drenched. And I was just like, this is crazy. We were like fighting over fans. We're trying to like
finding those fans.
We went to the cafeteria. We're like trying to just like dry ourselves before we go on stage. We're not even on stage, and we're just like dripping in sweat.
On top of the jet lag. Yeah. And so like literally shout out all the teams that have been
do this
flying
all the time. Totally.
Yeah, like New York, Vancouver, now LA.
Yeah.
So just those international teams, like props for real.
Yeah.
Just being able to do that.
Yeah.
Jet lagged.
Oh, actually. It was like mentally exhausted, but like physically exhausted, especially with the heat. Yeah.
Totally.
It was like another beast for sure. There was like a part of it that I was like, maybe this will be good for us. Like we'll be warm. Like won't need to like really like stretch or anything. But then I'm like sitting there dripping in sweat. I was like,
I'm warm.
I don't think this is good anymore.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then we had tech. Then we chilled. Game day, performance day. How did you guys feel like? Or sorry, I should say performance time. How did you feel like leading up to us going on stage? Were you guys I mean, we can start with, maybe family ties, like the crowd being in a different, we've never performed in Korea before.
Mhm.
How'd you guys feel about that? Were you guys stressed out? Were you excited? Were you like nervous with like the pressure? Because this is, this was the fourth event, and like we were, lucky enough to win the first three. And then coming into this, there's like that added pressure. How did that feel going into Korea?
Yeah, I mean, you never know how you're going to be perceived across the world like that. We can only hope that the world's going to like love us the same way that we love their communities, but also like that we've been experiencing and that we're super grateful for, of course. But yeah, you just really never know. And so I think going into it, the pressure that we've put on ourselves and that we feel to not only just impress the judges, because that's not really what it's just about for us, is like leaving a legacy across the world too. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure for sure. And I think as the events have gone on and that we've been lucky enough to like find success, I think we're building a sense of confidence in what we've done and how to do it. And we figured out our like formula of like even behind the scenes of like how to go about the day and all of that. But I still think the pressure overpowers it all. Personally, I'll speak for myself, I guess. Yeah, the nerves aren't just coming from what I'm about to do on stage, but it's how are these people all going to watch and what are they all going to think? I don't know, though. I think on top of it all, going back to the confidence side, knowing that as a team, it doesn't really matter what the world says or thinks. It's like, it's a double-edged sword, I think. We love to hear it and we love to do it for the fans and everyone experiencing it as well. But at the end of the day, we are doing it for ourselves and, like you were saying, our younger selves, and that's what matters. So I think taking the pressure off there and finding the confidence in knowing what we're really here to do. Of course, we're here to freaking win a competition, absolutely. But there's more than just one reason that we're doing it. And I think that shifts the pressure and confidence conversation back and forth a little bit. But no, I was excited.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like literally everything that you said. I think there's a lot of pressure to, one, always have to outdo ourselves. I think that is always a big thing. It's, again, being perceived on, oh my gosh, are people going to think that this set is better than the others? So I think always trying to outdo ourselves, obviously, but also when it comes to the pressure of performing somewhere new, for me personally, when I go on stage, it's always like, okay, let's do it for everyone back home. But also, I'm going to do it for these boys on stage with me. Like we've been working so hard together, and I want to prove that, I want to show that we're all in this together. So, and I really want to pull my weight as well. And I want to make everyone on stage proud and make it feel like we did the best that we could. So for me, when I'm on stage, yes, it's for the fans, but it's also for, it's younger me, but also just for each other. We work hard, and that's it. I think just like doing it for each other. And we were just working so hard for the moments, and I just hope that me giving my everything would give that energy for all the other boys so that we can give our best performance.
Totally.
So
I always say, especially when performing in new crowds, my favorite expression is keep your expectations low and you'll never be disappointed.
Exactly.
And so I just, every time we go into like a new city, I just literally have zero expectations. And we always talk about like, hey boys, just expect nobody to cheer, nobody to say anything. And then let's be surprised when it does happen. And it's worked for us so far. In the sense that like we've been getting some like pretty cool reception in every city. I think Sydney was like the first one we were nervous about because we just had no idea what to expect. And then Korea as well. We were like, we don't know what to expect. Like they're probably all here for 1 million. And they were all there for 1 million. But then they also, I think they really connected with our second set as well, which was really cool to see them like appreciate that. And that was also a risk, like doing that set in Korea, and we can, chat about that afterwards as well. But like, I just didn't really know how it was going to be perceived. So the fact that they welcomed us in and like, we saw while we're dancing on stage, there's something cool about being a dancer on stage is you can feel the connection with the audience based on the audio. It like there's like I always talk about like this delay when you like do a move and then it takes like a second for them to catch it, and then you hear, and then it like hits you, and then you're like, okay, sick, we're locked in. So it's like this relationship that you're having with people in the audience of like you're giving them something, you're waiting, and then you're hearing the response, like the call and response. And so it was really cool to hear in Korea them, despite maybe us not speaking the same language, we're able to like communicate through our dance and through our performance. So I thought that was really cool. But our sets, why don't we do a little like a roundup of the sets? So first set was Family Ties. So that was the one that we threw together in like 5 days. We basically just like split it up. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. We all choreographed like same day. We just threw it all together. Then come in the studio, we throw it all in, throw some formations. And it worked. How did you guys feel about that first set?
Yeah.
It felt like we threw it together. You know, I think, I felt like, we just threw it together because we obviously have all different styles. So we want to showcase all of those styles in a set together. But obviously, you have to find a way to make those seamlessly connect to each other. And because we threw it in 5 days, I think we didn't have as much time as we wanted to make it seamlessly flow and feel cohesive. I still had so much fun performing it. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad set, but it's still, yes, the understanding of like, we have 5 days, we have to try our best to put this all together, but also make it seem like it's not just sectioned off.
Right.
You know, make it not have any dips, because I think when it comes to having a good set, you have to have the attention kind of like up here, whereas like when you have very segmented kind of sections, it can feel very energy drop. So I think I still have fun. You know, and it was still like, I'm still again so blessed to have you ask me to choreograph another section. So and to have that be seen by the world. So I will always lead with gratitude.
But doesn't obviously negate the fact that it's like really difficult.
Yes.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. I think
yours was tough. Oh, sorry, you continue.
Sections are always hard. I can't lie.
Yours was tough.
No, yeah. I think my perception of Family Ties shifted a little bit just because I think Sajahood was such like a strong idea and concept. And so when that was originally going to be that round one, when things shifted, of course, we have 5 days, so we got to do something and fast. But I think going from this huge, strong idea of like a full theme and concept, and we have these costumes that we're going to use and all of that, I felt like so for real. I felt scared that I was like, this is what we were going to do. And now we're like using this formula that we've built that we know is great and works, of course, but doesn't have this like, wow. And I think that's the risk that we were taking. Do I think it paid off still? Yeah, because I think there was wows in other places. I also think, exactly like I just said, we know what we do well, and that's what the set was built around. But I remember like even walking off the stage after tech, and until we went to that rehearsal after, I was still like thinking hard. And I think even on show day, I'm like thinking about what's happening. Muscle memory has not fully developed with that one yet. Still, honestly. But I think that rehearsal that we had the night before the show was when I really was like, okay, wait, this is actually a really strong set as well. And I think we knew going into it that, we have 5 days, we need to throw this together, but we knew like going against Quick was not going to be an easy battle. And I think even watching their sets back, like their set was fire. Like we couldn't have like taken it easy. And that's never something that we thought about doing, but I think we could have with only 5 days of like, okay, let's just like do something so that we perform on stage and what happens. We still like went balls to the walls. Come on. But it was a great set. I think looking back at it, how it compares to other stuff we've done, I think it's it was built different.
Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's a good
sure.
way of looking at it rather than
Yeah.
comparing them. It's just like looking at the process behind how they were created. And I feel
Yeah.
like this one was created under extreme circumstances. But so that was my feeling too first when I think going into the comp, to be completely honest, like going into it, I was like really confident with Family Ties. I was like, yo, this is a sick set. And then day of, before I go on, I'm like, oh, yo, I'm really hot right now. Like temperature. Like I'm
He's
like
I'm
sweating.
freaking sexy
No,
right
no,
now.
no.
Beautiful.
Like my
bro.
body is like a little, like what's going on? And like, okay, like I'm just not feeling 100%. And then I get on stage and then I like do not feel good at all whatsoever. And I think that really threw me off. And I definitely didn't have my personal best run, but it was about like gear changing and like, yo, just pull up, like instant forgive yourself or whatever it is, and just like push through, get all the way to the end. And we did that. And so, but then that I think that type of energy was looming over the set for so long until we got back. And then when we reviewed it all together, we watched the set. And I remember everyone's like, oh boy, here we go. We're watching Family Ties. Like we're going to get ripped to shreds. And we all watched it and we're like, yo, it's actually really, really
Why is
good.
it kinda good?
Yeah,
It's
we're all like,
really good.
yo, we
Why is it
actually
kinda
killed
fire?
that. But I think I think of this often. It's your relationship with the art as the artist is so much different than the relationship with the consumer.
Do you have a pen? I need
I'm
to
like,
write that down.
did you get that?
But you know what I mean?
But yeah, I
like,
did.
how, like, so whoever, like, when we make art, you will never see it through the same eyes as someone else because you were the one that created it.
Right,
So,
watching it for the first time.
so
is
that
different.
you'll never be able to get there. And this was just like an example for me of that in real life. Was not only was it art that we created, but it was art that we performed. And so that was so hard because that like kind of cloud that was over my mind, it took me a week until we were back. And then to see it, for that cloud to kind of dissipate a little bit and be like, oh, actually that was dope. That was great. But I think about that often. I think about that with like, for people that myself, like, you design something like graphic design. I kind of like it, but then if I have somebody else design something, I like, oh, I see it because you're looking at it through eyes that are different than your own.
Yes.
And so I always think about that as like, yeah, how is the art that we're sharing being perceived by people who are seeing it for the first time and that don't have the inner context of everything that we're thinking about while we're putting into that?
Right.
But yeah, I think Family Ties was it was an experience, and it was great. I'm super proud of the set, and I think we did the best that we could with it, given obviously the time constraints and the music clearance issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else from round one.
Yeah, was there anything else from round one?
Did a little shuffling. I was really fighting for that. I was really fighting for it.
Hard.
I was
Like,
fighting
yo,
for
guys,
it, man.
I got this idea.
You gotta just
And
throw
they
it
loved
in.
it.
Scott just starts shuffling. I'm like, we just start laughing at him. We're like, okay.
Okay.
Sure. And he was like, you have to make it fun though. You're
Like,
smiling when you're doing
mandatory
it.
smile.
If it's too serious, then it's not going to be good. You have to smile.
No, my favorite is that you stick your tongue out on stage. That's my favorite.
I really had to sell that.
So good.
It was quick. It was a little too quick.
So good.
That was a highlight for me. Never thought we'd throw an EDM shuffle in a Brotherhood set, but I was like, you know what? Music's asking for it.
Yeah.
Any other moments in round one set that stood out?
Family Ties, I think. Whacking Sisterhood will always be.
Whacking
Yeah,
is
I
hard.
feel
so
always.
iconic. Yeah.
Okay, one crazy part is with your section though. We didn't have the mix. You didn't have anything to choreograph to. This is crazy. So we were building out the set, and I was like, okay, Dayton's having his section at this point in the piece would work really well. Okay, sweet. Are you down? Yeah, down. Okay, awesome. We don't have the song. Like we don't have we have the song, but it's like it's not Daytonized yet. Like we need something that Dayton can kill. And how was that you created it not knowing what the music was going to be, and then you sent some like examples of some samples that you could work with, and then we're working with the music producer, and then we just and it ended up that it worked. But like that was such a different process than how you normally create.
Yeah, no, it was a little bit backwards for sure. Yeah, I think I remember the first draft. Shout out Jim, we love you. But yeah, no, the first draft that they sent, I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
But of course, I was like, it's so always grateful to be able to contribute, and so I was willing to do whatever I had to do. But no, creating backwards and almost creating a choreo to something that necessarily wasn't there.
It didn't exist.
And and then asking that to then be put in later.
Yeah.
I remember like even choreographing these movements, being like, okay, I'll add a snare here, and that'll work fine. But then when you actually hear the snare, it feels different, and it's
Right.
just like it's such like an interesting process. But no, I think this one. I think the guys are always also just so super open to adjustments and committing and all of that. But I think, this one was definitely a little bit backwards for sure.
Yeah.
But it turned out great.
It did.
I'm really happy with it. Yeah,
It
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Another fire section.
Yeah, did what it needed to do for sure.
So that was round 1, and then round 2.
Round 2.
Saja.
Round 2, Sajahood.
Saja.
Let's talk about it.
It was so fun to do.
Oh yeah. Well, how was that experience performing that piece?
It was so fun.
It was so fun.
It was so fun.
Obviously, other than the hats, the stress of the hats possibly coming off. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we should talk about that.
Francis!
So, how did we do it? Okay, so yeah.
How do we do it?
So the original idea we had, so finding those hats was so. That was the bro that kept me up at night. Like I was like, how are we going to do the set with these hats? And then I initially thought like, okay, maybe we could take them off halfway through. And then it was decided like, no, we just need to keep them on the whole time. And then we never actually got a run with the hats properly on until we were in Korea.
In Korea, yeah.
And then it wasn't even properly attached.
No, yeah.
Because so the thing with the gat, which is the Korean traditional hat, and like again, so much research went into this to like make sure that we're above board and making sure that we can do what we're trying to set out to do. Because big risk was like we just didn't know. We knew K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm a big fan. A lot of the guys are big fans.
Big fan.
Love that
Seen it
movie.
3-4 times.
But we didn't know if it resonated as well in Korea because it seemed to be big in Canada and the States, but we just didn't know about that demographic. So doing some research into that of like, okay, will this resonate with them? And then we're not Korean.
Surprise.
Elijah is.
Elijah is half Korean. Yes. Elijah.
Fun fact.
How are we able to execute this in like a respectful, tasteful way that they'll be able to understand we're not trying to, just take from that culture, but we're actually doing a tribute of like a movie,
an homage,
and the
if you would
movie
say.
is pulling inspiration from Saja from like traditional Korean garments. So it was like a way that we just had to be, obviously careful of how do we do that. And the hats were the biggest stressor because technically they're meant to be worn on top of your head, not on your head. So all of the hats that we ordered, none went on our actual head. They just sat on top. So as soon as you tilted, it just fell over. So then, we just had a bunch of experimenting. I experimented with like the brimless hats, like the brimless hats.
Yes.
And then that, like a sailor, like that sailors wear. And then, but that didn't, because it was too thick on the sides. So then we went back to the OG idea, which was the scullies, like the beanies. But then how do you attach the hat to the scully? We just bought a bunch of fabric glue and we're like, we'll figure it out in Korea. And then we did.
Never tried it at home. It was crazy.
Never tried
Like
it.
the day
and then
of.
we get Tech, I think. Dayton, you can share the story. What happened and what skills did you have to tap into your bag to help us out?
I think everyone kind of did their hat a little different, which maybe wasn't the best idea. It was kind of just like, here's the supplies and go. But I remember, I think it was Andrew's hat that I saw him he stuck it on and like glued the rim.
Just gluing.
Yeah, it was just like
scully on glue on his
glue all over him and Hamuza. And I just remember seeing his hat and I was like, okay, we got to do something about this. We can't have everyone listening to this like instructional over here. And so then I remember that there was like some sewing supplies. And I said to Hamuza, I was like, let me see your hat. And I just like tacked it a little bit. And I was like, okay, this is going to work. But I tried to keep it a secret a little bit because I did not want to sew 20 hats. But so then I took my hat and I was like, okay, Andrew's hat was like a mess. But there was glue everywhere. And I was like, I'm not about to like ruin my hat with this glue. So let me just try and sew mine, see what happens. I like stitched mine all the way around. I took sewing in high school. So it was like,
there it is.
But I sewed mine and I was like, okay, this feels good. Went to tech and it was like fine. And then Francis's hat didn't work too well during tech.
And by not working well, it
came off. He was blaming the Scully, which I do believe was part of it, absolutely. But it was just like because it was just glue holding on, and so I think I sewed Francis's hat for him, which was pain in the butt, but it's okay. I love him. I love him now.
Before the last rehearsal, it was like, all right, everyone, everyone was asking, should we bring the hats? And then Scott was like, no, but Francis, bring yours.
We need the practice for real. But no, yeah, I think we figured out that the glue worked as like the foundation, but then stitching either all the way around or tacking it in the 4 spots just like made it extra safe. And then we had the idea of like the fabric tape for the scully or the body tape or whatever it was to keep the scully down. But then when we finished Family Ties and we were in the hot dressing room, it was like I put face tape on my forehead and it didn't do anything. Like it was just sliding around. So I think all of us
put the makeup on too.
Like and as we're again dripping in sweat. So I think the hats, even before we went on, I was like, guess I'm going on without tape. Like I guess we'll see what happens. But no, everyone's hat looked great on stage too.
Yeah, it actually looked. And shout out to Tracy Lagasse for helping. She like helped sew the hats to make them look a little bit more like the traditional get hat, and then with the tool inside to keep the hat up. And man, that was the most stressful part of the entire trip. Was just I think that costume altogether.
Yeah,
but it looked so good.
I think it worked
great.
Yeah,
it looked amazing.
And how we like. Because you also have to work around the jersey as well. And so like doing our best with what we had available to us to still make it like fit the theme while also, we can't cover the jersey. I think living out our dreams as so here's also something that I was like thinking about on like the macro level as well. If you watch the movie, it goes, the Saja boys, they start out as a boy band. Like that's how everyone knows them. And then at the end, they show their true like demon forms, and that's them in the fits. That's kind of like macro level what Brotherhood did. We started in Vancouver with I Want You Back in our boy band forms, and then afterwards we revealed the true demon form. It's kind of crazy macro lore there
right here.
And that was like not intended, but like as it was coming together, I was like, yo, this actually kind of fits.
It was great.
Kind of slaps.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Just missing the colored hair.
Yeah, that was something that we were discussing.
Jamie.
And then
talked about it.
Jamie was like, I bet dyes his hair blonde. We're like, great, you look like a K-pop star.
At least someone did it.
Yeah, someone did it.
I feel like second set felt, I think what for me, like again, only speak for me personally, speak for you guys, but I didn't feel like I had my best run in round 1, and so round 2 I felt was very much like redemption arc. Round 2 was like, okay, this is, and to be fair, like when we competed, we actually didn't score the highest in the first round, so we weren't going last anymore, and I was fired up. I was like oh bet we're not okay, all right, we have something to prove. So like
especially with that walkout,
bro, I was just like, yo, we're here, like we're standing on business.
Head
like,
down, let's do it.
Yeah. And so I just felt really good about the round 2 set. Your choreo is the hardest. Dayton's choreo is like, there's certain choreographers that are just hard for people. For me, myself, it's Carmen, my wife. Her choreo is unbelievably difficult. I have no idea why. And Dayton's is also incredibly difficult. Like to the point where it's the day of, and I'm just like, it's this, right, bro? It's this. And he's like, yeah,
No,
I'll take it.
it.
But I've never tried so hard for choreo in my life other than that one. But I feel like round 2, there's also like little like hidden gems and Easter eggs throughout the piece that we try to tie to like the movie and the soul stuff, the soul sucking from the back, little things like that. I feel like I want to do like a real breakdown, maybe with like Adrian and some of the guys of like all of the behind the scenes with that. But I feel like we really tried to pay homage, as we love to say.
Shout out
to
Michael.
Michael and Adrian, pay homage. But yeah, I feel like that set was also, compared to round 1, there's like a story through it, and which is another reason why I felt like it was received well. There's like obviously there's this big theme, but also just how just blocking and staging wise was well curated or like planned and organized, I think was what helped a lot as well with performing it and made it really fun. It's like there was also like a story that made us tie to it and want it to perform it a little bit harder, which was what drove me to be like, oh, I really want to do this set. So
well, it was new. Yeah, we haven't really done anything like
fresh.
that. We were playing this character.
Yeah,
for sure. It was new and exciting for us, just the same as it was to like show it to the world.
I feel like also living out a little bit of those like K-pop dreams in Korea on stage was like pretty cool, because we've had some of us have been lucky and fortunate enough to choreograph for some of these the biggest K-pop groups
Yeah.
in the world. And so I think for me also, while I was creating my sections, was looking at it through that lens as well, of like paying homage to
Yeah.
the K-pop kind of subculture of like what will read well with that community, because they'll appreciate other work that I've done that has been set on certain artists.
Right.
And how can we make a Brotherhood version
Yeah.
of that? And I think it just like all came
And the producer was there too.
together.
Was it the producer?
Yeah, the executive producer.
Yeah,
of
the
K-pop
exec
Demon
producer
Hunter.
was there too. It was like, yo, we need to perform this as hard as we
Live
can.
action.
Yeah. I don't know where he's sitting, but just do it.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
That was so
Sayo.
cool. That was so cool.
Any other standout moments from that set?
I think big challenge that we haven't really talked about was the hats, like the cleanliness of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something that we never, because we weren't practicing with the hats, we weren't really conscious of until we put them on a couple days before we left. But yeah, just they're very flat brimmed, so any focus changes everything.
Yeah.
So making sure we were paying attention to that, which was something that we haven't necessarily had to fully clean before, was like, is the chin like this or is it like this?
Yeah.
And also adapting the choreography, like
Right.
knowing.
No hands up here.
Yes.
Yeah, that was all interesting to try and adapt to afterwards on the fly.
No, yeah. Came a little bit later too. Yeah.
Yep. The cape and then Justin's cape.
That was
The
such
unintentional,
a sick,
bro.
That was
So
such a
good.
sick moment.
So that wasn't
good.
intentional, if
Yeah.
people were wondering.
Yeah,
That's the
that
scoop.
moment is so cool.
Unless he's lying to us and he meant and
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
is.
like, guys, yo, there's a moment I come with
I
Cave. It was
accidentally
like,
did
it's pretty
this.
cool. It wasn't intentional, but like I did it.
No, I'm pretty sure he did it.
No, he did it.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional, but yeah, see, the video is so sick. when
Yeah.
he did that.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, black belt.
Anything. No,
What's that?
Justin being a black belt.
Oh
in-
yeah, Justin black belt and
yeah. So he's a black. Was it
black belt in
in Taekwondo?
It's a martial art form that he does. I
Yeah,
can't
I don't
remember
remember what it's called.
Yeah.
the exact name, but he's a black belt
Yes. So that's why he was center.
and he was killing all that
And he
fighting
was killing it.
choreography. And then
Yeah.
Kelvin as well is a blue belt in jiu-jitsu and 4-second knockout, 8-second knockout. Have you seen that
Yeah,
video?
yeah. That
Bro,
video
that
is-
guy's crazy. Knocked somebody out in 8
Crazy.
He
seconds.
does crazy.
Yeah, that was cool. It was cool just to like, well, I think we had more time.
Yeah.
That's what it really came down to. We had more
Yes,
time to
we had so
explore
much more
because
time.
we knew the song was cleared because Quick had done it before. So we're like, oh, sick, we can start this one earlier. And so we were able to flesh out all of these ideas, which was really nice.
And experiment a
Um,
little more. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up, I guess this is me asking you questions, Scott, now, because I feel like before we go on stage and before we kind of perform, you're always giving us these like pep talks and they always work. They're always just like, oh my gosh, I'm so in it. Let's go. And for me, I'm just curious on what leadership, because like you're such a great leader. I don't know if you consider yourself like whatever you consider yourself as a leader, like what do you think drives you to believe in like leading a good team? You know, like I've always wanted to dive deep in your mind, if we have time at least, to just like, what do you think are good values in a good leader? You know, because you do such a great job of it. And I think, and people know, like people have been seeing, or they've been saying how you could tell Brotherhood has such like a good connection between them. They look like an actual brotherhood. So like, what does that mean when it comes to the leadership, you know? Because with teams, I've been on teams that there's always heads butting and all that stuff. So I'm just curious on like what you believe in.
I was
Like,
not prepared for that question.
You know, I know it just kind of came up. So I'm like, hey,
No,
Scott,
dude,
deep
respect.
questions right now.
Respect. That's a great question. I think I'm a little spoiled with Brotherhood too, because we just have such a good group of guys that I can't really take credit for a lot of that, because it's easy. Like to me, it's just easy to lead because you guys make it so easy. I think there's just like a strong foundation already set, is like I think one thing is like trust. There's mutual trust. So it's like the leader trusts the dancers to do what needs to get done, but then all of the dancers trust the leader in knowing that there's been experience there. There's been years. There's been like this, even if I don't fully see the vision yet, I'll trust that there is the vision because of, you know, countless times where that's been proven time and time again. So I think it's like a relationship between the directors and the dancers. I think just chemistry, it all comes down to chemistry. So the more you build that chemistry within the team, it just makes everything so much easier. It's just like the oil in the engine that makes everything easier. Connecting with people, working, practicing. It's like if you've got that oil, if you've got that chemistry, everything that comes out of that just is 100 times easier. Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't,
like special guest Scott Forsyth on the Brotherhood podcast right now.
Bro. No, I appreciate you saying that, but yeah, I think it's also when you've been doing it for so long. Like this was started 2011, so we're on year 16 now
15,
that it's like
yeah,
it just feels like second nature of like we go into practice, and even like the pep talks before. I think one thing for me is like, what do I need to hear? I think that's always what I'm saying is like, okay, I'm just gonna talk to myself but out loud. So that's where I'm like saying all these things like do it for younger you. I'm just like, that's me talking to me that I think everyone needs to hear. And I think there's a lot with leading a team. I think there's a lot of like emotional intelligence or like emotional EI, I think it's called. It's like being able to read a room, being able to read someone's energy, and being able to like connect with them. And if someone's having an off day, picking up on quickly and then being able to like pull them aside or connect with them or give them something that they might need that they might not have needed another day. And so I think that emotional, it's called EQ. I think it's called emotional
equalizer.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm looking at on my laptop.
No, that's music. That's music.
I know. I was like looking at that on my laptop today.
You're like, I think that's it. You know,
GarageBand.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, no, honestly, dude, I don't know. I don't have a profound answer other than I think just like you know, Brotherhood makes it so much. It's so easy. It doesn't really feel like it's leading. It's just like we're all in it together. And we're doing something cool, and we're all like on the same page. But. Appreciate those.
No, of course. No, I think it's just like so important for us as dancers. I don't know how you feel, Dayton, but just like I have to reiterate this every single time. But like the reason why we have such great rehearsals and such great chemistry is because we have such a great leader to lead us through it and give us the space to have that chemistry and still be like, hey, make sure you guys stay on top of it, but like have fun within it, you know? So just wanted to give you that credit and also like be able to share like what it means to be like a great leader, or even just like show what it means to have like or create a space where you're able to see a bond of a team on on stage. So
yeah, absolutely. I think out of rehearsal too. I think that's like you're very good at keeping that switch on. I remember the launch event last year. Just like that whole day, the way that you like constantly like made sure we were locked in, but also like checked in on how we were doing, like walking around. I think it's like a superpower to be able to keep us all in the forefront of your mind, but also making sure you're about to go on stage and do your best. It's like, I don't know, to be able to keep that on always is like, it's inspiring.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Just glazing me
Yeah,
over
just
here.
glazing.
I'm going to pay you guys after. Slip you guys 100 for saying all this stuff.
That's my whole plan.
No, I appreciate you guys. Okay, so that was, round 2.
Yep.
Come out with the dub. Come out with the win. That felt pretty good.
Felt great.
It felt really awesome.
Insane.
It felt really good.
And then we take that trophy back home, fly back to Vancouver. Well, some of us stayed a little longer.
Some of us stayed,
Some of you guys stayed.
Yes.
Had a good time.
Had a great time.
Good.
Some of us flew to Japan, my first time in Japan, and it lives up to its hype.
Yeah.
Style, light, like lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's just such a beautiful country.
Yeah.
So
literally one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, for sure.
Sick. And then we're jumping back into rehearsals. We're back at it.
We're back.
We're getting ready for LA, 4 sets.
4 sets.
Gotta come up with 4 sets.
Yeah, somebody came up to me and they were like, oh, you guys have so much more time for this, right? You guys have like a month and a half. I'm like, but we have to make 4 sets. So I feel like if anything, we have less amount of time to prepare for everything. So
and it's the one that, has all like the stakes
Yes.
written all over it.
Matters,
Yeah. So how are we feeling?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Gonna be really
One
good.
step at a time.
Yeah.
I think if I think about it too much, then I'm just gonna sit here just overwhelmed with the thought. But I think just one step at a time, one rehearsal at a time.
One song clearance at a
One
time.
song
That's
clearance.
really
That's all
what
we
it
can
is.
hope
Let's
for.
be honest.
One
All we
song
can
clearance
hope
at
for.
a time.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel? How do you and the creative team feel? Because
Absolutely stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
I
Yeah.
think just because there's no clearance yet, so we don't really know. I mean, we've got one, which is what we've been working on. Obviously, can't give too much
No.
away, but yeah, dude, I just think we're a little. It's just cutting it close now. We're getting closer and closer to the event, and the songs that we submitted still haven't been cleared, and so you got to make that like when's the right call, when's the right time to make the decision of like, hey, pivot. Because we were able to do that 5 days out, but that was for one song, or sorry, that was for one set.
Right.
This is, we have 4 sets. How much time do we realistically think? Is it 5 days?
Right.
Probably not.
Yes.
How many sets can we build in a short amount of time?
Yeah.
And how long do we wait before we make the call? Like, hey, it's just not coming. We got to pivot and let's choose another one. So
Yeah.
I think it's been a little stressful. Honestly, though, what like relieves all the stress is like just showing up to rehearsal and seeing all the guys. Like, it's like you're not alone in this. Sometimes it feels like that when you're like trying to make all those decisions. And obviously, me and Adrian are talking, a lot about like building these sets and what they're going to look like as directors. But as soon as you get in the studio and then you've got other guys in there and just like the chemistry and everyone's just joking around, and then so many good like today, like so many dope ideas just came out of just like we're goofing around and we're like, oh, that we're definitely keeping that.
Yeah.
So I think anytime I kind of stress myself out, I just try to remember like, hey, just wait till practice. You'll feel better. It'll feel better. Just get in the room with the other guys, and that feeling of knowing you're not doing it alone, I think really helps. But I'm excited. I'm excited for
super excited.
LA. Tickets all sold out in like 5
already.
minutes.
Crazy.
Which sucks, but it's okay. It's good.
It's
People want to
okay.
come.
Yes.
Some of our family weren't able to get tickets. So
If you have extras, let us
if you have
know.
extra tickets, please.
Yes.
To the finals,
Hit us up.
let me
Message
know.
me. I'll pay you a
Info
lot.
at brotherhoodcrew.com. If you have any extra tickets, we will buy them off of you. Yes. Please let us know. But yeah, excited to go and kind of close out the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are you?
It's a bittersweet feeling. I think that it's like coming to an end. Feels like we've been doing this for like so long, but I think also feels like it's been no time. So I'm interested to see what like the withdrawals feel like.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's gonna be like 2 days of like message group chat. I miss you guys
you guys
so
wanna
much.
hang out?
Please. You guys want to hang out? Please.
let's make a set for nothing. Let's be stressed again. But no, I'm excited. I think LA too is like such a great place to like end it.
Yeah.
I think it's like close for like all of our families to be able to come if they get tickets. I'm super excited, and I think what's kind of exciting, even though it's like more stress, is this like 4 sets thing. I think it's a great way to like end it off with a bang of like,
it's a new challenge.
we've been stressed, but like let's do something new, I guess.
Yeah,
too,
right.
right?
Take it up. Let's double the
Let's
stress.
double the stress.
Let's double it. Why not? But no, I think it'll be like even more worthwhile when we get to the finish line of just like we like really fought till the end
Totally.
to do it. So I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll see you there. We'll see you in LA.
We'll
see you
If
in
got your
LA.
tickets. If not, on the live stream.
Yeah, on a live stream.
We also got some questions here. So I know we're like super over time, but we had over 200 questions come in for Dayton and Jon Ray. So shout outs to everybody for submitting these and wanting to ask Dayton and Jon Ray some questions. It's rapid fire though. So
Rapid fire.
Like you can't long. It
so
has
it's
to be under like 10 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah.
one sentence kind of.
How do you guys train for IDL other than dance?
I go to the gym 3 times a week. Weight train, but I also try to do like conditioning because we're getting old, trying to fix these knees, these ankles. Weight train and sleep. Try to get as much sleep as I can and eating right. I think that's a big one for me.
Really good.
Sleep. I've gotten into some Pilates recently. I can't do the gym yet.
It's all
I'm
good.
not obsessed
It's
with it
all
yet,
good.
but
It's all
okay.
good.
I'm getting a trainer.
Favorite style of dance?
Favorite style of dance.
Ugh.
I feel like I'll always lean to hip hop, but I've been leaning into Jersey Club. So a lot of the stuff that I've been choreographing and dancing to, Jersey Club, Afro, it just feels so freeing. It feels very freeing for me. I don't feel the pressure to
10
be
seconds.
clean, and it feels good.
Really good.
Let's turn it down to 5.
I think I would say like jazz funk commercial style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really good. What would you do if you weren't a dancer or an actor?
I actually went to school for geology.
What?
I have a Bachelor of Science degree in geology, University of Calgary, 2019.
And what would you do with that degree?
Be a geologist and look at rocks.
Sounds exciting.
I love it.
So exciting.
I love it.
I wanted to be a teacher for a long time.
You'd be a great
like
teacher.
Grade 2, like
Oh, dude,
kindergarten,
yeah,
that
you'd have
age.
crushed that.
Yeah.
But glad you didn't because
Yeah,
you're
this
here.
is- this is better.
This is better. This is better.
We can always do that.
Yeah. Jon Ray specifically, can we expect another thirst trap section in LA?
I don't know. You'll just have to wait and see.
Does it help, Dayton? Does it help with performances when you have family watching?
I think yes. Yeah. I think it just gives you like an extra motivation. Yeah.
Who is each of your besties in Brotherhood?
Besties. Oh, who is?
Or one
Nobody.
of your besties?
Nobody.
Nobody. We're all besties.
We're all besties. But I think the person I've been hanging out with a lot, or since we met in 2017, was Jamie. Jamie, yeah, we've always like connected really well because I'm so energetic and he's so calm that it's just like such an yin
like a
yang
marriage.
energy. Yeah, it's like a marriage.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. not beating the allegations of me.
Perfect.
Somebody was like, Jon Ray and Jamie, I ship you guys. He's just my brother, bro.
Learned
He's
it
my
here.
bestie.
We got it here.
You heard it here first.
You
heard it here first.
Oh,
Jamie.
Jesus. I love everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good.
I can't pick.
Okay. What is your hype up song or artist that you listen to get hyped up?
Oh, I listen to my song before I perform is Caravan from Whiplash.
That is a fire song.
Yeah, I always do that song before I have an audition or I go on stage. I listen to that song and just listen to the whole 9 minutes of stress.
Yes.
Fire.
But it also calms me.
Damn, I'm the opposite. I would say like some slow, like contemporary music, you know? I gotta say chill. Yeah. I don't know artists though. That's hard.
Yeah.
No answer.
No answer. Really good. Well, those were just a couple questions from the people. So shout outs. Thank you to
guys.
everybody for submitting those.
Thank you.
Any final words you want to give the supporters and family out there?
Yeah. Thank you guys all for your support.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I think we see everything, we feel it all. And just super grateful. Yeah, we're living the dream. So honored to do it with people who are just as excited for it as we are.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all the support. Never thought that hip hop would take me this far. Oh, shout out the studio sign.
I've seen that before.
I've seen it somewhere. But no, for real, this is such a dream. I think just being able to live this out, I don't take any second for granted. So, and that's all thanks to the people that are supporting this dream and giving us that energy. So thank you. Thank you to everyone that is giving us that support.
Heck yeah. And thank you, boys, for coming. I know you got busy lives and you made time. The people requested it. And so very grateful that you guys got to sit down, have some fun, and share a little bit about yourselves and Brotherhood. Thank you for tuning in to Backstage with Brotherhood podcast. If you haven't already, please subscribe, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, share it with a friend. We've also got some mini docs that are vlogs, that are full-fledged documentaries that are dropping on our YouTube channel. So be sure to turn on notifications to get notified about those. We got merch. So Brotherhood merch, we restocked on our tees. So if you'd like to head over to the shop, check us out, support the boys. That's amazing. If you have not got your tickets,
I'm so sorry.
Finals.
You missed them.
Yes.
You
we're with
unfortunately
ya.
missed them.
But you can live stream. You can find us on IDL's website. You can find our own website, brotherhoodcrew.com. Come out and support in LA. It's going to be the final stop. We'd love to see some support there as well as online. You can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on pretty much everywhere.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, Facebook.
Let's be friends.
Photos are crazy.
Dude, your LinkedIn photo's crazy.
I look like a child.
But yeah, no, we just want to say thank you so much for listening, for staying all the way to the end, and for supporting Brotherhood. It really does mean a lot to us, and we hope you're all doing you proud. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Backstage with Brotherhood podcast. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.